Good morning and happy Tuesday. And let me ask you a question. Do you have a permit to be authorized to function on this beautiful Tuesday? Can I see some ID? I'm Andy Ross, pastor at Northminster Church in Tucson, Arizona, and the government is in my life. And there have been moments when certain safety officers have asked me to park my car and talk to me about my identification, but that's a long time ago. Let's move on. Today in our schedule of readings in the Old Testament, we're instructed to read from the prophet Ezra. And there's a great story in Ezra chapter 5 about the government. It involves the prophets Haggai and Zechariah. It's an exciting time in history for the people of Israel. They've come back from exile in Babylon, and they are beginning to rebuild their temple. We probably can't imagine the significance, the spiritual meaning of what it means to begin to rebuild their temple in their home and to worship God again after being separated. The king of Persia has allowed this to happen, but a local governor, Tatanai, who's the local constable in that area, he wants to see some ID. Who authorized you to rebuild this temple, to restore this structure? And so it's an interesting story about people and government and construction plans. A letter is drafted and it states the case that the Jewish people are saying that they have permission. It goes all the way up to King Darius. And it's quite interesting. King Darius, after looking it over, says, "Do not interfere with the work of the temple of God." You've got to love it. It's one of those moments where the local king, powerful emperor, recognizes that God might be involved in this rebuilding project among these immigrants. The point here is, there's several. One, human government is a function of life. And I'm kind of glad that the state of Arizona provides some controls and boundaries about who is allowed to drive a motor vehicle and who is not. Thanks, Arizona. And I'm thankful that I'm authorized to drive. Human governments serve people, and sometimes that happens very badly, but sometimes it happens well. And the reading from Ezra reminds us that God is the real sovereign, and God is perfectly able to get involved in human government for the working of his plan. God was even more powerful than the mighty King Darius of Persia. God's temple and its rebuilding would go forward. How is the living, reigning God guiding you today? Is he authorizing you to live a life that builds up the presence of his hope in the lives of others? How is God your king? How is he leading you? Have a wonderful Tuesday, and don't forget your driver's license. God bless you.